everybody. Our character education theme this month is cooperation, and I have a number of books from our library to share with you, and all of them address the theme of cooperation. We will start with a picture book. Here is Vamos, Let's Cross the Bridge by Raúl III. Little Lobo has a brand new truck, and he and his friends are trying to cross the bridge to get to a big celebration on the other side. But there's a traffic jam on the bridge. Everyone has places to be, jobs to go to, people to meet. Will Little Lobo ever get across? When a band starts playing, though, and the food trucks open their doors, it looks like maybe Little Lobo and his friends will have a celebration after all. Another picture book, however, this one from our informational collection. Here is Seeds of Freedom, The Peaceful Integration of Huntsville, Alabama by Hester Bass, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. Mention the civil rights era in Alabama, and most people recall images of terrible violence. But something different was happening in Huntsville. For the citizens of that city, creativity, courage, and cooperation were the keys to working together to integrate their city and schools in peace. A graphic novel for you that supports the theme of cooperation. Here is Awkward by Svetlana Chmakova. After shunning Jamie, the school nerd, on her first day at a new middle school, Penelope, or Peppy, Torres tries to blend in with her new friends in the art club, until the art club goes to war with the science club, of which Jamie is a member. The club's rivalry escalates over having a table at the school club fair. Finally, the principal issues an ultimatum. Each club must complete a project that contributes to the school community, with the most successful club getting a table. Another graphic novel that helps support the theme of cooperation. Here is D&D Dungeon Club Roll Call by Molly Knox Ostertag, illustrated by Xanth Boma. Middle school is a dungeon. At least that's how Jess sees it. Luckily, she and her best friend Olivia know how to escape into the sprawling worlds of their own imagination. The two friends have always loved making up stories. First with little kid games of make-believe, and more recently with the fantasy role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons. When they play, Olivia runs the game as Dungeon Master, and Jess is the solo party member, playing a take-no-prisoners, lone wolf fighter of her own design, named SRCSA. But when Olivia wants to add new players to the group, Jess finds herself struggling to share their game and her best friend. Will their epic campaign withstand all this change? Or has their adventure and their friendship finally come to an end? Folks, one of the things that embodies cooperation for me is a dramatic ensemble theater production. And that is the backdrop to The Chance to Fly by Ali Stroker and Stacy Davidowitz. 13-year-old Nat Beacon loves a lot of things. Her dog, Warbucks, her best friend, Chloe, and competing on her wheelchair racing team, the Zoomers, to name a few. But there's one thing she's absolutely obsessed with, musicals. She's never actually been in a musical, though, or even seen an actor who uses a wheelchair for mobility on stage. Would someone like Nat ever get cast? But when Nat's family moves from California to New Jersey, Nat stumbles upon auditions for a kids' production of Wicked, one of her favorite musicals ever. And she gets into the ensemble. The other cast members are super cool and inclusive, well, most of them, especially Malik, the male lead and cutest boy Nat's ever seen. But when things go awry a week before opening night, will Nat be able to cast her fears and insecurities aside and defy gravity in every sense of the song title? One more book for us, another novel, this one in the genre of fantasy, and it is Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. Every year in the magical town of Ravenskill, witchlings who participate in the Black Moon ceremony are placed into covens and come into their powers as full-fledged witches. And 12-year-old Seven Salazar can't wait to be placed in the most powerful coven with her best friend. But on the night of the ceremony, in front of the entire town, Seven isn't placed in one of the 5 covens. She's a spare. Spare covens have fewer witches, are less powerful, and are looked down on by everyone. Even worse, when Seven and the other 2 spares perform the magic circle to seal their coven and cement themselves as sisters, it doesn't work. They're stuck as witchlings and will lose their magic. Seven invokes her only option, the impossible task. The 3 spares will be assigned an impossible task. If they work together and succeed at it, their coven will be sealed and they'll gain their full powers. If they fail, well, the last coven to make the attempt ended up being turned into toads forever. And these are some of many wonderful books in our school library that can support the theme of cooperation.